What up? How's it going? Last episode, interesting because it led us on a path where we find out about the past. And so, for one, we find out about Offred's past as a handmaid. That was interesting to find out, she got punished for trying to escape the actual training. And her friend Moira, we see how she actually got to leave. We see her experience with her young child and her man. Then we also see something that's really interesting where she finds this Latin phrase that's written down and she goes and she just speaks candidly to the commander. And the commander, it was somebody he at the very least cared about. It was the Offred before her, or one that came before her, and she found out that she killed herself. She couldn't handle it, and you sort of hurt in his face. So it's like, where is that going to go? Because he's a commander. He has to be like steadfast and devout. But you see, he's having trouble with the ceremony. Hey, man, we're gonna see where this goes. Let's go ahead and start this episode 5, season 1, The Handmaid's Tale.
It reminds me of a poem I read once. You fit into me like a hook into an eye. A fish hook, an open eye.
I have a present for you.
Yo. What?
Those are all destroyed.
Exactly.
Some of us retain an appreciation for the old things.
Oh, some of us?
It's not allowed.
It is with me.
I used to buy magazines like this at the airport. Now the models all look insane. Like zoo animals, unaware they're about to go extinct.
Damn.
Good surprise.
Yes, thank you.
That look on your face is thanks enough.
Hi. Hey. You look heterosexual. My friend's on Tinder. You on Tinder?
No.
No? Okay. Look, she is attracting a lot of chumps.
Yes, nice.
Yeah, nice. That's just what nice is chump, babe. Nice.
Let's see what we can find. Who are those?
Lucy and Ethel, my cats.
Yeah, there's a lot of good options.
Yeah?
She is an adulterer. He has a ring on his finger.
You look invincible.
Big dogs, extra onion.
You married. Oh, he does not act married.
10 ways to tell how he feels about you. Number 2, he keeps finding ways to accidentally run into you. Number 3. What was number 3?
Offred, can you help me outside for a bit?
Why she so cheerful? That's Waterford in a great mood.
Maybe she's just keeping me occupied until the black van arrives. How hard would I have to press those shears into her neck before seeing blood?
Your time is running out here. You don't want to be sent to the colonies, do you? Maybe he can't.
Don't say nothing about sterile.
Commander, I was thinking maybe we could try another way. I mean, with another man.
Oh, wow.
It's forbidden. Officially, yes, but women do it all the time. I'm sure you've heard the stories. I was thinking of Nick. He's already agreed. Nick is loyal, and he's been with us for a very long time.
What about the commander?
Forget about the commander.
Yo, what the fuck, man?
We'll do it this afternoon after the shopping. May as well strike while the iron is hot.
Striking, that's what we're calling it now. Okay.
Did you see?
She's back. It's so good to see you. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Nick, our driver, is he one of them? Is there anything that you can tell me?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore after what happened. I'm too dangerous to be a part of it. Mayday.
Mayday, what is Mayday?
Offred?
Mayday.
Don't do that again. I mean, of Steven. I'm not gonna let you mess this up for me. I used to get fucked behind a dumpster just so I could buy a 6 of Oxy and a Happy Meal. I'm clean now. I got a safe place to sleep every night and I have people who are nice to me. And I want to keep it that way. Whatever they did to Stephen, that's not gonna happen to me. Understand?
And I looked up how the names are spelled, and I realized why the hell there's such ugly names. It literally is of a man's name.
I should calm down. Barring the possibility of violent arrest, it's nothing I haven't done before. So how come this time it feels like I'm cheating on Luke?
So, in college, do you and Moira ever...
Did we ever what?
You know what he
each
asking.
other? And in my experience, these things sometimes happen.
Your experience as a lesbian? No, for the record.
Is it bad that I wondered that the moment I saw them?
I actually haven't even told Moira that we
I was like, wait, did they have something?
Just hanging out.
Yeah, I don't tell Annie either.
We know.
What do you say?
Just tell her I had lunch at my desk.
I mean, it's so dumb. We're not even doing anything.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like we're having lunch in broad daylight.
Yes. 4 adorable children.
Children watching, like.
We couldn't go to my place. Moira's there, working.
What do people in the movies do?
Yeah, they get a room. Some like dirty pay by the hour.
Oh, would y'all just fuck already? I'm sorry.
No?
I need 48 hours.
I had time to get a restraining order.
Yes, file the papers.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I need, some personal grooming and...
It's not gonna happen, though.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So, do we pray first?
No.
Pray.
No time.
All of this goes to prove just how false, fake, phony this situation is, okay? She brings up he might be sterile. She brings up, hey, you could smash the driver. You heard how she phrased it? You've heard this kind of thing goes down, right? So this is not something unheard of. They know what's going on. They're living in the situation they're in, and yeah, they're going along with it. But there's also this point where we got to go against the rules at some point. Like, this whole situation is asinine.
We're probably only gonna do this once. I like to be on top, okay?
That's not real.
I'm so stupid. The thought that's in my mind is like, what if he asked her, like, do you mind if I touch a boobie? Respectfully speaking. Oh, shit. Take notes. When she ever says her thing in her mind, she never straight up states like, hey, I'll fuck with him, I'll rock with him. She always talks about how he sees her, pretty much. And that's why I was like, I wanted to be careful with my words, to be like, but she enjoyed it a little bit.
How do you feel?
Like
do you feel any different? You don't just feel pregnant 30 seconds after a man comes. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest out of the womb, I sanctified.
I'm not feeling very well. I might be getting the flu. Maybe we should skip tonight's ceremony.
You can't be sick every month.
Damn. There's actual kind ones. But truthfully, fuck her too. All this is a complicated situation. It ain't. Y'all putting these women through hell. Fuck out of here.
Come in.
She's so happy to see this man. They about to make eye contact? Sneak and make eye contact? They in here fucking?
Can she see him doing this? Can she feel him? Don't you ever do that again.
Do what?
Touch me like that when she's there. She could have me sent to the colonies or worse, and you know that.
I just find the whole thing so impersonal.
You think?
Lists of made-up problems. No woman was ever rich enough, young enough, pretty enough, good enough.
We had choices then.
Now you have respect. You have protection. You can fulfill your biological destinies in peace.
Biological destiny. They don't know about biology.
Biological destiny.
Children, what else is there to live for?
Love.
Love. Love isn't real. It was never anything more than lust. with a good marketing campaign.
Maybe for you, but not for me.
Remember if Glenn, who used to live next door? If Glenn had urges that led her to do unnatural things, I'm sure to her it felt like love. In cases such as these, the punishment is death, but out of respect for her position, we let her live. We're not without compassion.
Respect for her position. Just the fact she could have kids. That's it.
We helped her. We saved her. We had a doctor take care of the problem. It's such a small problem, truth be told. Every love story is a tragedy if you wait long enough.
All that was him just
I
trying.
only wanted to make the world better.
Better?
Better never means better for everyone. It always means worse for some.
I'm gonna keep it so real with you. All that shit he said, yeah, whatever. They're going this way. Like, they're getting this close. He wants to keep it about there. So every once in a while, he's going to do something to try to push it back when he sees it going too far together like that.
You and I.
Go to bed.
Do you know what they did to Auckland?
Yes.
Do you know because you're one of them?
You shouldn't be down here.
Don't tell me where to go.
You need to listen to me. It's not safe.
Please don't tell me what to do.
I couldn't say no when Mrs. Waterford asked me.
Just tell me. Please. You and I.
Yes.
So that when she saw the gun, that's what she picked up on.
I want you to leave your wife.
Okay. I'm in love with you. What else am I gonna do?
Hi. I know what they did to you. Mayday. Can't use me anymore. But you can help them. Find them.
I'm Glenn. I'm Steven. How do I find them?
My name's Emily.
Oh, suicide by cop, as we would say.
Turn off the engine and exit the vehicle. This is your last warning. Open the door.
What's she doing? Driving.
Oh no, she just wanted to go for a drive. Damn. Dumbass out of it. No. Yeah. She about to end it. Ride right at him and they gonna light her ass up. Good. Good. Great. Great. She just getting sent to a colony now. In a way, freed herself. This Ovglen stinks. Talk about they saved me. They said, okay.
Grace. It'll be okay. We're gonna look out for each other.
Who said I'd be looking out for you?
Luke told me once where the term came from. It's French. Midday. Help me.
Some women can't handle the requirements of their position. They can't do what needs to be done.
Well, shears everywhere.
They didn't get everything. There was something inside her they couldn't take away. She looked invincible.
I like the music they play. It almost is the music you would play during the origin story of somebody. Like, like you can tell this is a turning point and changing point. Even, you know, of course, I'm watching the show. Of course, I can understand that it is. Oh, they fucking in this motherfucker. First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. And I got a Patreon with full-length early reactions to things like this. Check it out. So, there's an old phrase. Walk with me and you're going to understand. There is power in the pussy. But let's look at it in two ways. You're going to look at it in the individual sense on this episode with Offred. And we're going to look at it in the society as a whole within the show. All right. So Offred, she got both of them lusting after her. Okay. Now, there's complexity to the situation that I spoke about. And we're going to get into that more. But she has known for a while that the driver, Nick, I believe his name is, had a thing for her. I think since the first episode, we've understood that. Okay. Then we have the commander. The commander, he just not rocking with his wife. That's a business relationship. And he looking for whoever. But she really, that was reciprocal at a certain point. But I feel like she was actually falling for him. And he snapped her out of it. Now, I want to get into that real quick. I made this little, I guess you call it allegory, a little thing where I'm like, this is both of them. And he would like to keep them about here. Close, but not super close. All right. Because that becomes dangerous for him. He's a commander. And it seems as if once, because they in the middle of smash, he couldn't really control himself. You know what I mean? They so closed in. Once he sensed that, all of a sudden they get back and they talking, and now all of a sudden he talking all this commander shit and all this theocratic shit from where they live and the time they live in. And it's like, oh, he trying to push it. Now, a lot of the stuff he was saying was true for the situation that he's in and what he believes. But he wasn't living by that earlier. As I said, he had her in there with her legs all out. He was in there making eye contact when they were smashing. She was making eye contact, and it was, he was going to, let me fall back because I was about to say something real crude. But it became more than just a ceremony. It was an actual session. And that's part of the power. Because it caused him to snap back into character. Oh, yo, I'm getting a little carried away. Okay. Then we go to, because I don't even want to get into what he was talking about. He's stating all that horse shit that they believe in. Fuck all that. But the one thing he did say that stuck out was, how'd it go? When things become better, they don't become better for all people. They become worse for some others. It was something to that effect. Like, when things become better to certain groups, that doesn't mean that it's better for other groups. Things become worse for them. And I just use a single example. The way technology has been real good for the so-called West or the global North, it's been hell for the South. Silicon and diamonds and gold and all this shit and the factories and the mining and things getting real good in certain places. That's one example. We can go deeper into that, but I don't want to go too far. But when he said that, that's one of those things they do where they speak truths to back up their bullshit. Okay. Now let's get back to my original statement, where the power lies. She was drawing him in, and he could feel that. But she was also getting drawn in. That whole scene was crazy because she looks up to check. He looks up to check, and they make eye contact. And she's like, and of course she's pissed because, dog, that would have been dangerous. Like, she could have been sent away. Okay. But then we go to the part where this is some more where her power is. The handmaids are the only one. See, I'm saying it, but follow me. I'm not just talking about in a crude sense. They could give birth. They hold power. She literally has Mrs. Waterford basically bowing down to her. Now, it may sound crazy because you like, yo, she's making her smash another dude without consent. And it's like, yes, she is. But she had to come to her and request, like, at first I was like, she asked her like she had a choice. But I really think in that moment, she was giving her a choice. Because she goes, Nick already agreed to it. And I really think at that moment, she really was giving her a choice because it's one of those things where, once again, these handmaids have more power than you would think. Why? She could go and snitch if she wanted to. Who knows how that turns out? Now, of course, they may be like, we don't listen to handmaids and all that and blah, blah, blah. But that Mrs. Waterford seemed pretty shook about it. Let's keep it on the down low. Now, that whole situation, we know the men are sterile. That a lot of them are sterile. And The fact that they're finally acknowledging things. They're not just acting like robots. They're humans. They know the truth and the reality. Yeah, they wrapped up in this theocracy, but they know the truth and the reality of the situation. It ain't just us. It's them too. What if he's that? We not allowed to talk about it because they've been ordained by God to rule over us. And okay, boom. Now, that final scene, when she went to go smash the driver, that was her. That was about power right there. That's her having a choice. Once again, they talked about choice all throughout this. The first time, that wasn't choice. That was, business, and Mrs. Waterford was there. This time, she got to choose it. This time, she got to start it up. This time, she approaches him. You know what I mean? Like, this time, she gets to say, I choose you. That's the whole thing. All of this was about choice, and she regained some sense of power. Now she also gets to feel good. All of this is the individual, right? That's the power in that. Okay, we heard about Avglin. She had to do redemption, and they did that horrible, horrific shit to her, but they didn't kill her. Why? They need them. And at that moment, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. They need them. But I didn't realize how much they need them. And what I mean is, when she got in that car, I'm like, oh, suicide by cop, as they say. And then she drove around. I'm like, okay, she's trying to experience some sense of freedom. Okay. And I'm like, okay, this is where she ends it. Finally, she's going to run into the cops. They're going to kill her. They still didn't shoot at her. And I'm like, they didn't shoot at her. And it hit me right then and there. Yeah, those guys, by their bullshit theories and what they believe in and all that horse shit, are above her, and they have this job and all that. But truth be told, as far as property goes, they're worth more than all of those men combined in that situation. So they couldn't just pull a gun and start killing. Throughout that whole society, they actually have some form of power. But hear me out. I'm not saying that as the society, they just have power, they could go flaunt it. No, because they have that sort of power. Now it's starting to make sense to me when I ask, well, why would you, I believe in the last review, I said, well, why would you just treat them like that if you want them to give birth? Because they hold so much power. Them chicks could run things if they had enough, like, actual physical numbers and strength and any sort of network. Why? Because they are required to keep the species going. So that's why they got to wrangle them and keep them that way. And everybody's on one accord with that. The men ain't gonna give up that power, right? So they like, hey, we'll hold those Aunt Lydias or whatever. They're worthless. So we need a position. Those Marthas, they gonna treat them like that because they see that power in them, seen the power in action. The moment they realized she was pregnant, she was getting stewed apples, cinnamon on it, all that. So now it's making sense why they treat them so horrible. Now, that's not on the individual sense. I'm talking about as a society. On the individuals, we saw some of those mistresses, they just don't like them. They treat them like animals. They talk about them bad like animals. And then we saw Stephen, Emily. She was being treated well by a mistress. Once again, they all see this for what it is. And y'all see, there's a part in me where I'm like, oh, there's some of the, and then I catch myself like, nah, fuck this situation and fuck her too. She participating in it. But she said, hey, you can skip this month. And she's like, this ceremony. She's like, well, I can't do it every month. Man, that was crazy. And I'm sitting here looking at this like, truth be told, they have more power than they would think. We saw little increments of it. Old girl was like, I could do what I want. I had a baby and it's live and kicking. Ice cream. You see her. Now she's a little bit more open. She was really brainwashed. Like that, they did a number on her. And now you see her laughing, joking, and giddy. Because what they gonna do to her? Send me someplace else so I can make a baby. That's how she feel like but the thing is, they break them down so much mentally and use the Bible and use everything that they do to keep them in that situation. In certain situations, I appreciate how realistic the show is being. And look, I even appreciate the liberties they take with certain things. The fact that they're showing Alfred's memories, and it's revealing the truth. They're doing it in a way where we're always going to be on the Handmaid side. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what they did in their past life. Like, had they just revealed that early on, it'll have something in your head like, oh, for some people, oh, she's a home wrecker. But because they released it here, I don't give a fuck what she was doing. They living in a terrible situation, right? So I appreciated the way they did that. I like this episode. I like the complexity of the situation. Hey, man, next episode.